Welcome back to the Living Banter Podcast. Today we have such an awesome guest. But before we get into that, just hope all you guys that are new, like and subscribe the video. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be one for the books. Our first guest ever. This is going to be awesome. His name is Kevin. He's from Searching for Shame, the podcast. The link will be in the description. But Kevin, how are you doing, my man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. I'm your first guest ever?
Yeah, first guest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the pleasure is all mine.
Awesome, man. Because normally me and James would normally just have so much banter together, but we have to get some guests on. It's going to be good.
Yeah, sometimes you need a loudmouth American to come on your podcast to mix things up, right?
Yeah. To be fair, I'm generally the loudmouth person, so it's great to have two of them.
Now, James, you're a loudmouth guy with a tie and a kilt with a blue beanie in the studio.
Yep, that's
and a kilt.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I'm wearing a kilt. Let me actually show you what's going on here.
What's happening?
So for the record, I am wearing a kilt because there's a special thing that happened today.
Really gnarly.
So today is the end of World War II. VE is the victory in England, or victory in Europe's it's a 75th.
Today's VE Day.
Yeah, today's VE Day.
Sure.
So I'm part of a pipe band, and we were supposed to go up onto Table Mountain, and we were supposed to play bagpipes for it to be recorded and sent all around the world.
That's so awesome.
But it didn't happen, so everyone kind of did their own thing at home. And a lot of us pipers were registered to actually do this thing. So we decided, my dad and I, because we both play in this band, to go onto our street and just play. So that's exactly what we did. And
you play a bagpipe.
Yeah. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, he's really good. James, you're so good at it. Bro.
Thanks, man. Took me only 5 years.
Most importantly, you look really sexy in a kilt.
Thanks, man, dude.
The combination of your bagpipe playing and you in a kilt, James. I'm not even into guys, but I'm turned on right now.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
So
I appreciate that comment.
You should wear that out, bro. You should wear that out.
I did today, but I didn't go into any big stores, so yeah, that was a bit weird. I got a few looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Sure, looks of admiration. They were jealous of your looks. I mean,
yeah.
Not everyone can pull off a kilt, but you can, James.
Thank you, man.
You so can.
Well, yeah, there it is.
You guys are both in Cape Town, right?
Yeah, so we're both in Cape Town.
Yeah, we in Cape Town.
And you guys are respecting social distancing.
Yeah.
And you guys usually both do your show over Zoom.
Yeah. And the thing about that is it's actually if we go out, we can get arrested. It's not we have to respect it or this or that. It's it's a thing that we have to respect. Even to go out to
strict this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not that strict here in the States. I mean, I'm in the state of Texas, and I don't know if you know anything about Texas, but it's kind of a strange place. So right now, actually today is kind of a weird day in Texas because a lot of businesses are opening up, like barbershops, salons, essential businesses. They're calling tanning salons an essential business. So if I'm very pasty white, I need to get a tan. So if I want to go get my tan on starting today, I could go lay down and just become a darker shade of white, pretty much. But people are weird down here. They're over social distancing. They want to get back to the normal lives. They don't care if there's still a huge COVID-19 outbreak going on. They want to get back to their bars. They want to get back to their restaurants and put the rest of us in danger. So it's strange days we're living in here. And
very strange. Yeah. And I saw in Huntington Beach they were protesting there. Did you see what was happening there?
Yeah, so I actually used to live in Orange County in Newport Beach, which is just south of Huntington.
Yeah.
That's a weird place because California as a whole is a pretty liberal state, but Orange County is a bit more conservative. So we've got these stupid protests, people going around town and protesting outside of the governor's mansion, you know, and everyone's over it. I mean, no one likes dealing with this, right? But
yeah,
you know, we gotta power through it. But people are just they don't care about their health or other people's health. They just want to get that walk to the stand outside the governor's mansion with their big semi-automatic weapons to show that you know they're
so gnarly.
Guys, so.
Yeah, that's mental, man. That's really crazy.
Yeah, Kevin, I just wanted to ask, what is your thoughts on the whole quarantine and some people opening their businesses and some people not, or the different rules and the curfews and things like that? Do you think it should be more strict or it should just be as is now?
Well, it sounds like you guys, the situation down there in Cape Town is a lot more strict than what we're experiencing here in Austin. The guidelines and the restrictions kind of vary from state to state. But I mean, it's not really about what's going on now. It's stuff we should have done 2 months ago. That we have an orange state as a president. Donald Trump is, how do I say this? I'm not a big fan of our president. And basically, when
that's one way to say it.
Yeah, I'll try not to rant too long about him, but you know, when it was confirmed that the corona was in the States, he was very passive. He's like, "Oh no, we'll be able to squash this." You know, there's like 15 people down that have it right now. It'll be 0 by next week. So there was no restrictions. We didn't do it. We didn't do anything, and it spread like wildfire. And you know, we had spring break, which is a big thing here in the States, where college kids go to the beach and you know act like idiots for a weekend. So Florida has been a big hot spot because all these college kids would go down there on their spring break, and the beach had no restrictions, and it's just a cluster. And all of a sudden, you know, it was Italy and it was Iran that had all these cases, and then we took over the curve very quickly. So you know, America, we know how to go big. You know, go big.
Always got to be first.
Yeah.
The second world, we've got the most corona cases in the country. We've got the most deaths, and take that. You can't beat us in the corona game, South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys always have to win.
Yeah.
That's good.
Something also I found that was quite interesting is generally when like we look at America, we're like, oh yeah, this is busy happening. This is all a big rah rah. And then we look at South Africa and we're like, oh my word, our politics is just so much worse because we have this guy stealing money left, right, and center. Then in the whole case of Corona, it just got flipped on its head. Our president was actually the most presidential he has ever been. He came out and he was like, okay, we're locking down straight from the get-go. We are not like opening any businesses aside from like grocery shops here and there. And yeah, he was like straight on with it. I think we first started with no gatherings of more than 100 people. And then that got shut down within a week and we were just full lockdown, full quarantine. Everyone has to walk around wearing masks. But the problem is where the sort of poorer communities didn't listen at all. There was videos going around of people just partying and just doing whatever they wanted because they couldn't do anything. Yeah. So and then I just see like on the news about how Trump just completely disregarded the situation. So yeah, it was crazy, honestly, because I thought we were going to be like, oh, let's just leave it. It's going to sort itself out eventually. But as soon as like, but then as soon as like,
he said that it would go away once it got a little hotter, that the heat would just evaporate it. And now he's saying that, I've heard that you could inject yourself with Clorox, and I don't know. I think it's
What does he say?
Just maybe drink a little Lysol, inject a little bit in your veins. It'll be fun, okay? Everything will be fine.
Yo.
Yeah, that's Donald Trump in a nutshell.
Say, like,
That's our
just
president.
drink
That's our guy.
detergents or something.
Yep, that's
again?
that.
He said drink like detergents or something. It will kill the Chinese virus.
Yeah. He's having these daily press conferences, and he goes up there and he listens to these conspiracy theorists about how to get rid of the corona. And yeah, he was at the podium at the White House press a couple weeks ago saying, I heard that we might want to try this. And he's like, I think it's something we need to look at very carefully. And everyone was just like, so
what are you saying, dude? Everyone's
all
like,
these
idiots.
they've had to come out and say, no, don't drink our product. You may die.
You will die.
Yeah. Also, one of the big conspiracy theories I've heard is that 5G towers cause corona. And I just want to say, what's going on with that? Like, is that a genuine thing? Do people actually think that? Or am I just like completely misinformed about it?
The only people that believe that are people that will follow President Trump off a cliff. It's a niche part. It's a niche part of the country that will support him through anything. I mean, literally, he quoted himself one time. He's like, I could go walk down the streets of New York City and murder someone, and I'd be okay because people love me.
Yeah.
It is such a good Trump impersonation.
Yes.
That was
It's
really
not
good.
really good. I need to work on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to fine tune it before I talk to you guys, but I'll have to do that some other time. But no, it's just there's ignorant people everywhere, but Trump has brought a lot of these ignorant people in the country. I've described them as being, under a rock. They've been there. And President Trump lifted that rock up, and all these freaking morons have come out and be like, "Hey, it's okay to act, racist and misogynistic, and yeah." So he's the worst possible president we could possibly have during something like this.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess also people's getting to a point where they also don't know what to think, and they don't know how to think for themselves. Because they may be getting so overwhelmed with what's happening, they're like, I don't know what to believe. So the closest conspiracy or the closest thing I'm hearing, I'm just going to listen to that because I have nothing else to listen for.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and when something's going like this, like I've never dealt with this. I'm assuming you guys haven't in South Africa. So there's a lot of shit we don't know, right? So we rely on our government to hopefully give us good information and trust that they're trying to keep us safe. But when our dipshit president says that it's okay to drink, maybe look into drinking Clorox, it's like, no, he's not committed to keeping us safe. He really couldn't care less.
Kev, I just wanted to ask, besides the craziness that's happening or that Trump's putting out, there's a lot of people saying, how are you going to come out of quarantine, or transformation in quarantine? How are you going to look when you come out? How are you going to be? So I wanted to ask you, Kev, what's the biggest lesson that you've learned during quarantine so far?
What's the biggest lesson I've learned during quarantine so far?
Or something you picked up?
I don't really have, I would have to say that, well, pandemics are not a lot of fun. And I would hope that if something like this happens again, I mean, there's obviously a lot of lessons learned, right? Like, even the people with good intentions in our government are like, oh, okay, we should probably do this or that next time. But I don't know, man. I'm really bored. I'm really, really bored.
Yeah, same.
All the time. And I mean, I can't imagine what you guys are going through. It sounds like your restrictions are a lot worse than ours here. I mean, at least I could get out at night if I need to. Want to go for a run or run down to grab a 6-pack. But
must be nice.
I don't have any lessons learned, but I hate this. I'm a social person. I can only do so many Zoom calls. I will say that it is cool that we have technology like this. You know, I could say it. Most of my family is in Seattle. I don't know if you know where that is. It's the northwest part of the U.S. So I'm able to communicate with my family and my nephews. So that part is cool. It would suck if it was 20 years ago and technology isn't what it is today. So I don't know.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to safely getting back to a bar, getting back to bantering with friends in person.
Yeah.
Once it's safe, of course. I'm itching to get back to my normal routine, but you know, we got to be safe and do what we got to do to kick this thing, man. Kick this COVID back to Wuhan or wherever it came from. No, I just wanted to say that I was. I really don't know anything about South Africa, right? I know Charlize Theron from there. I know Trevor Noah. I learned from listening to one of your shows that Elon Musk, is he South African?
Yeah.
Yeah, originally he's from South Africa.
Yep.
I didn't know that, but I was online last night. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. I was online last night, and I learned about a bunch of South African slang.
Oh, here we go.
I got to do a little research on South Africa. So I came up with a list of stuff that I learned. Do you guys want to hear it?
Go ahead.
We want.
Okay, cool.
Let's go. Shoot.
And you can let me know if I'm using this properly.
Okay.
How about DOP? DOP, is that an alcoholic drink?
Sorry?
Oh,
DOP?
okay. So it's pronounced DOP. So DOP is just alcohol, just any sort of alcohol, and it's mostly used
DOP,
by.
not DOP.
So yeah, it's DOP.
So if
They will say, "Let's go, save dope."
Yeah.
DOP.
Yeah.
Okay. And so and does Joel mean club?
Joel.
Yeah,
so
Joel.
so Joel is basically a party. So if you want to say let's go to the Joel, it's going to a party, or let's go Joeling, it's
Mad
going
party.
partying,
So
or I'm
Joeling.
having it. So Joel, so it's
You're like,
Joel.
I want to go Joeling and then we're gonna go drink a lot of dope.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Dope. Okay.
We're gonna Joel and drink dope there.
Yeah.
What about aunties?
Sorry?
Aunties? Aunties?
Oh.
That means-
Yeah.
Aunties.
So that would be your parents' sister, your
Yeah.
auntie.
Yeah.
No,
so
no.
What's-
I read this. This website can't be wrong. ANTIES. Does that mean what means?
Oh.
Aunties.
Probably.
Is that wrong?
I think it might because it's not
Yeah,
something
that's
I've
your
heard
parents'
of.
sister, auntie.
No.
But we'll say
That must be
auntie.
wrong.
That was
Okay.
wrong.
What about Shoddy Gotti?
Shoddy. I feel like that's so familiar, but what is it supposed to mean?
It says it means
I don't-
hot shit.
Ooh.
Oh, like shorty.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh, no.
okay.
How do
Yo,
you pronounce it?
shorty.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
shorty.
Oh, you
That's
can.
like that.
Shody Gotti?
Yo, it's like
Shorty Gotti.
yeah. I feel like
maybe
Maybe
this
that's in
website I was
Oakland.
on.
yes.
This website I was on. What about Draw Trek?
Dry track. Okay. I'm not 100% sure
It's
what that means. It's Afrikaans, but I can't remember exactly what that means. But
Yeah,
It's definitely-
so we have 11
Draw
languages
Trek means
in South Africa, so
masturbate.
there's so many slang.
oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now. Because trek means to pull. So
Trek?
yeah, draw trek. It's yeah. So trek is pull. So it yeah. Can confirm.
yeah.
Trek means pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I put together a quick paragraph with the words I learned, even though it looks like some of them might be bad. Can I read that for you guys real quick?
Go ahead.
Go for it. Tell
Here's
us.
another one I learned. Boet. That mean like buddy, friend.
Boot.
Boot.
Boot?
Boot. So
like brother.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boot.
My boots. Caden, James, and I are hitting up the Joel tonight,
Oh.
and we plan on drinking a lot of dopes.
Oh yes.
That's good.
After which, I'm going to ditch Caden and James to go search for a Chody Goaty.
Oh, shouty. Yeah.
Chody.
That's really good.
Yeah.
After which, but if I can't find one, I will happily go home with a goffle. Just goffle means ugly chick.
Oh, okay. So this is very Joburg slang. So Cape Town and Joburg are like have very different slang. So one of those is
We are
probably
so
Joburg.
diverse. Honestly,
Yeah.
like Durban slang is so different to Cape Town.
And then Joburg is also like vastly different. So like
Joburg-
we understand them because
Yeah.
we both, I think
You
we've
do.
both been around. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This is more Johannesburg slang.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
Damn it!
but hey, well
But
done.
that's
Like
good.
props for that though. Props for that.
was really
Like
good.
that was really good.
Well,
Like,
I'm disappointed. My Chody Goaty pronunciation was not great.
No, don't be. You did well.
yeah,
you
you
guys
did.
have any slang in Texas? Like quite big slang on your side.
Well, so that's a good question. It's instead of, this is pretty generic, but instead of you all, they say y'all.
Okay, so
Oh,
they,
yeah.
yeah.
They will like merge words together, like, hey, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah, it sounds so much more like Texan in an American accent though, because when we say y'all, it's
Yeah.
more flat
Y'all.
sort of sounding, where
Yeah.
y'all is more like it's very Texan sounding.
Yeah, so Austin's kind of, Austin is the capital of Texas, so it's kind of
Yeah.
unique from the rest of the state.
Sweet.
Texas overall is very conservative. Have a lot of cowboys, but Austin's very liberal, very progressive, and
Sure.
you're not going to find a lot of cowboys in Austin, but yeah, you can go 20, 30 minutes outside of the city, and it's a different story. So
Yeah.
I got to work on my Texas slang because being a guy from Seattle, where
Do
we
you-
really have
Do you
no
go outside
slang.
of Texas a lot?
Not as much as I'd like, and no one's traveling anywhere right now, but usually it's spend a lot of time going back and forth between here in Seattle, my hometown. But I
Oh,
hate the
okay.
rain.
Sure.
Seattle, excuse me. Seattle's kind of like. Have you guys spent any time in London?
No,
Yeah.
we've both. I don't think either. No, wait. You've left the country before. I've not. So I've traveled all around South Africa, but never left the country. Where I think you've gone. Okay, where have you gone before?
Yeah.
You've gone outside of South
So
Africa,
I've
right?
been to Europe and the UK. A few
Okay.
countries in Europe and the UK. Yeah.
Yeah, so Seattle weather is pretty much like London, and the weather is pretty
Oh,
much
okay.
like 9 to 10 months out of the year.
Always
You'll get
day.
like 8 weeks of summer. So I like the
Yeah.
climate a lot more down here in Texas. But we're going into the hot season right now. Like it's summers down here are horrible. It's it's going to be usually between 95 to 100 Fahrenheit. I don't know what this is in Celsius. It's
Yeah.
above 30 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it's definitely above
But it's
30.
like
They
it's
say-
like 3
so-
months straight.
60 degrees Fahrenheit is that hot already when it's 60. Or is that still fine?
60 is still pretty cool. Like it
Okay.
usually over 70 degrees Fahrenheit is when you could go outside with shorts and short sleeve comfortably. But we're looking at 95 to 100 to even 105 Fahrenheit. So it's quite unpleasant here during the summer. But I would rather sweat it out for a few months down here as opposed to 9 months of gray and rain up in Seattle. 'Cause
You-
Okay.
Damn.
I'm a moody son of a. If I don't see the the sun
Yeah.
regularly, then I get pretty crabby.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So are
For
you
us,
guys-
it's
are
like
you guys
30
college
degrees.
students? Are you guys IT
Yes.
students right now?
Yeah,
Are you at a
so-
university?
So we go to
University,
college.
College.
Yeah, we both go to the same college, and but you're 19, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I just had to double
Both
check on
19.
that. Yeah, we're
You're
both
only
19.
19. How old are you,
Yeah.
James?
I'm 19 as well. We both just.
You guys are like in the sexual prime of your lives. What are you doing talking to me right now?
Girls don't talk to us much. Well, me more.
Now
Though.
we
I don't
love
know.
the banter. The
Girls
podcast is
don't talk
awesome.
to you. Why not? You guys are good looking guys.
The standards here are very high.
For yourself, bro.
Yeah, the standards are very high because Afrikaans guys are very tall and very built a lot of the time. So like girl standards shoot up here in South Africa.
Really?
Yeah, I
see.
Depends where you're at.
Yeah.
I see you have a bunch of guitars on your wall, James. I mean,
Yeah.
can't you use your music to build up some prospects for yourself?
Oh yeah, I have been. It's just as soon as I like started gigging, COVID happened.
Skills.
Yeah.
Kicking.
Yeah. So I literally started gigging, and then I was like, hey, I'm enjoying playing my music for these people. And then all of a sudden, boop, COVID happened and I couldn't play a single show. So,
Oh man.
yeah. Also, I'm 5'6", so my prospects aren't very good.
There's short chicks out there. I mean, just gotta find a petite girl.
Yeah,
you know?
all for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Completely
heard, that's
different
the
with-
good things about Cape Town, man. Like I've heard Cape Town's an amazing town. I don't know if I've heard Johannesburg's a little rough, so I don't know if I'm in a big hurry to go there. But I heard like I drink a lot of like wine. You guys have like pretty strong wine scene down there.
Yeah,
Right?
I remember because I've been around a lot of South Africa, and especially I've been up the wine coast. Well, like I've been around where all the wine is made. There was literally a day where we went to this one town quite up. I can't remember exactly where, and I think it's Tilbach. I'm not exactly sure if that was the exact one, but on this one street, I think there were 3 different wine places we went to, and each one of them had really good wine. Also, we're allowed to drink at 18, so I had
Oh, nice.
yeah, I had just finished high school and I was ready to go and just have fun. But my parents were like, "Yeah, let's go for a road trip." So I went with my
Wine tasting.
parents. Yeah. Because the thing is, I'm not like a massive, woo, I'm going to go drinking kind of guy. I'm like, I can go drinking, but like, I don't know. There's people I don't want to associate myself with.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we drinking age is 21 here, so we what we would do is that if it was like a Friday night, we would drive up to Seattle's about 3 hours south of Vancouver, Canada.
okay.
So we would drive up to Vancouver where the drinking age was 19, and we'd get our drink on up there. But yeah, you guys got lucky, man. You guys got the option to drink it.
Yeah.
You gotta wait till 21. Lame.
Yeah.
You guys would be able to drink. You guys came to Austin, where we'd have to
Yeah.
drink in my apartment. Why would we be able to buy you guys drinks at the bar? Sorry.
Yeah. I think that's one of the
That's
biggest
crazy.
like cultural shocks, because like I enjoy my drinking. I don't go excessive, but like I've actually learned how to drink in this entire year that I've allowed to drink. So I've not been like,
Yep.
oh, I'm gonna just go and get smashed all the time. It's like I'll know where my limit is, and when I start approaching it, I'm like, okay, now I need to try and walk straight first, and then I can just like maybe drink some waters. So I think one of the big things about like setting the drinking age at like 21, they are totally unprepared for when they actually start drinking. So
I
yeah,
absolutely agree with that. And
Yeah.
we have like the highest alcohol related deaths I think in the world. I mean, because there's like that buildup.
Sure.
Oh, I can't wait till I'm 21 where I can start drinking. It's gonna be great. Whereas if it's countries like South Africa or a lot of countries in Europe, like
Sure.
they'll let their kids have a glass of wine at dinner when they're like 15 or 16, and it's really not a big deal. So when they turn the legal drinking age,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, I've had a few drinks before, it's not a big deal. But in the U.S., there's this big buildup, like,
yeah,
you turn 21, we got to go on the 21 run, and we got to get a limo, and it's gonna be amazing. It's a big deal when you turn 21 because
yeah,
you can drink and go to bars and so we have there's really no way to change it. The drinking age is 21, and it's culturally there's no way. It's way too late to change that. So
yeah.
Yeah. But you guys can drive
we
from
do a lot of
16.
things wrong here in our goofy country.
Yeah.
Sure.
One of the things I do envy about you guys is you guys can drive from when you're 16. I still have my learner's license and I'm struggling on an automatic. So, I mean,
Same, bro.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same.
so like we can get out of...
When do most people usually drive?
So when you're 18, you can get your driver's license properly. I started late because I wanted to like actually work in school and, you know, do stuff while I was still at school. And I mean,
yeah, matric was busy for me.
Yeah.
Senior year.
So
for me, yeah.
our final year matric, I decided I was going to start driving, but I only drove an automatic just to get into the feel of it. And now I was getting into the manual and I was actually doing all right with it. And then COVID happened and now I can't drive anywhere. And the thing is, where I live, there's a shop like a 5-minute walk and I can go and just get what I need and then walk home. Actually driving there is just going to cost petrol, cost money, and the car that I normally drive with is broken. So yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm assuming the petrol there is a lot more expensive than it is here. You know, we're close to the Gulf of Mexico, which is a big source of oil. So the gas is so cheap right now. Like it's like $1.35 for regular unleaded. $1.35 per gallon. I don't know what that is in liters, but it's so cheap. So gas is ridiculously inexpensive, but you really got nowhere to go. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so with us, per liter, it's roughly around $1 per liter. So I think
it's about 17, right?
It's 18 now. I checked today because it's 17, 18 or so. Around there.
So yeah, it would be about $1 for a liter our side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's pretty intense. And also,
it sounds like you guys don't really drive very much. So I'll you know, I know how to drive a stick shift, and I've actually driven on the left before. So when I come to Cape Town, I'll pick you guys up in my rental car, and we'll go cruise around town and pick up some chicks. How about that?
Yeah. Look, it's this place.
Good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, Cape Town is a very beautiful city though. If I can say anything, our beaches are incredible. We have a really awesome mountain. Like, I do still think that like I need to go to America sometime to experience what like California is like, you know, because I've heard a lot of things about the Californian waves.
Sure.
But you're a surfer, Caden, so.
I lived in California for many years. I lived in San Diego, which is an amazing town. That's about 2.5 hours south of LA, and I also live in Orange County, which is close to LA. But Southern California is great. You don't really go to LA though. LA is pretty blah.
Okay.
But I mean, there's a lot to explore, man. San Francisco, Seattle, Miami.
Yeah.
You gotta go to New York. There's no place like New York in the world.
I just got to say we have like less than a minute for this podcast, so we're just gonna wrap up and say thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to check out sorry, I completely forgot the name of your podcast. I'm so sorry.
It's called Searching for Shame.
Searching for Shame. Check it out. The link's going to be in the description. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. So our podcast ended right about there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to check out Searching for Shame. And thank you to Kevin for coming onto our podcast. We appreciate every one of you guys, and don't forget, if you're new around here, subscribe and like the video. Once again, thank you guys for hanging out with us, and cheers. See you in the next one.